noticed that I'm actually in my car driving and everything, and I wanted to do something just a little tiny different today. You know, the garden season and everything, we're in the April, and you know, we've had a change of the weather and different things, and I know yesterday it was warm, about 80 degrees, and then today we've had some winds and everything, some rain and all that. And you know, it's always interesting to see what each day is going to bring, especially when you're doing gardening. And just coming to you, I'm on my way to work, and I haven't been able to spend a lot of time out there due to some unforeseen circumstances and everything. But I've been able to, you know, as far as check on things and see how things are going. In this video, I actually started doing it at the very beginning of this week, and I just wanted to continue what I was doing based on that, what I showed you, the actual type of a hoop house. That's more of a permanent hoop house that you would put in your garden, that you would attach it to the bed and allow it to you could use it based on, you know, what you're doing for your needs in your garden. The second thing is that the one that I've been talking a lot about is the more of a portable hoop house or a greenhouse that you can actually use in your garden beds. It's important to have these types of things because there's different facets of it in gardening that can cause you to have a situation where you have to protect your vegetables, whether it be from the weather, the cold, also the pests and everything. And these types of things that I'm going to be describing and I'll be showing you and continuing this video is for that reason. And to do that, you have to be willing to understand that sometimes you got to make a little bit more of a sacrifice if you want to protect that which you're trying to, you know, grow and to harvest for your family, because in the end, that's going to make you a better gardener in everything that you do. So I'm going to share this video with you. I'm going to share the little parts of it. What I've done is talking about the portable hoop, and then also the permanent hoop house that you can use in the aspect of when you can extend your season in the colder weather, because it allows you to do things that you can cover it up when it's cold. You can actually use it as a greenhouse. It's a small facet to a greenhouse that you can actually continue growing during the winter and everything. So I'm going to share these two things with you. So this here is what I was talking about, the hoop house. As you can see, it's actually built on a frame. I have hinges on it, and it'll allow me to open and close it. So I've put the shade cloth on here to kind of give you an idea. If you can imagine, if I had the clear plastic, the heavy plastic on top of this, I would use it. It'll be covered on all ends, down on the ends and then on the sides. And what it'll do is that the sun will come in and still be able to penetrate and allow heat to get to the bed. I want that because I want to allow the temperature inside to be warmer, but the shade cloth kind of gives you an idea. This is one of the things that I use if the temperatures get real hot, close to in the 90s and even upwards in 100. I used it last year, and it actually helped, especially some plants that can't tolerate the real hot heat and everything. But this shade cloth kind of gives you an idea based on what I'm doing. Now, what I was talking about is that with this bed, I can actually open it, and it allows me to work with it, and then it allows me, I can hinge it up and kind of hold it there, and allows me to do the work that I need to do in there. And then when I get through, simply all I got to do is just close it down, and then it's set. Now I'll put a handle and everything on this to allow me to have the access, and then I'll also be putting a hinge on there. I put little clips, but it'll be more permanent. It'll go the whole way around on the frame, the plastic wheel. But I can use this as basically what I'll be using it as is that it'll be like a miniature greenhouse. And then when I come in and I plant my beans and everything, I will actually probably take the hinges off and then remove this, because I'll be planting some beans, red beans in here, and then I won't need it during the summer. But as it gets cooler, I'll be able to take this and then actually transfer or else if I do, I can simply just take the plastic off. I will have it screwed in here with a little template that I'll put over top of it to keep the plastic tight, and then when I'm done with it, I can actually take it off and then put it back on. So this is considered what they consider as a permanent, or it's a hoop house type greenhouse that you can use. Then it allows you to open it and then close it and so forth. And also, with just like with I have the shade cloth, I can do the same thing. I can actually put the netting over it in the shade if I need to, and I can use this type for that aspect. But basically what I want to use this for is I actually want to make a miniature greenhouse out of it, and I am going to be putting some more beds out here, and I will have a bed specifically made for this, or even two, that I can do the seedlings and everything and try to keep my season going a little bit longer into the fall with the lower temperatures, and I'll also getting started in early in the year based on to get my plants and everything ready for the new season and everything. So that kind of gives you an idea. Now I'm going to show you the portable, which I have the netting already on there to protect it from the bugs and everything, and especially those white butterflies. So here's the portable one that I was talking about, and this is the netting that I was talking about. Now I purchased this on Amazon, and I'll just tell you, based on the sizes and what I need, I actually got it bigger to where I can formulate with what I'm trying to do. The problem that I do see is that based on the size, the other ones that I cut off of these, I'm gonna have to, it's like a 10-foot wide by a 20-foot long length. Now with this size, it's taken a little bit more. Plus what I've done here is that I've actually clipped it to hold it, keep it off the ground. But I've actually put extra on here because as the broccoli grows and everything, I'm probably going to have to take this hoop up another notch if it does like it did last year. So that's the idea. These clips that I have on here, these little clips, I also purchased them on Amazon. They clip on and they come off very easy for this type of hoop. You can tell there's the clip, and then basically you just put it back on and it's going to hold it tight on there. So all this item, the netting, the clips, and the hoop, I purchased off of Amazon. Now, like I said, for this netting that I can use, I can actually go down to like a Joann's Fabrics or a Michael's or something, and I can actually buy this netting, because what I want to do is basically what I'm trying to do is protect it from the insects that based on that'll fly in, like even from beetles or especially with the cool weather plants, or the larvae, or those little white butterflies that you see. I want to try to protect them. So it does, and then if it rains, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, the water will go through it and it'll allow it to get the watering it needs. Plus the thing with the clips, I can take it off and I can go ahead and work with it. It would take me a little bit more time, but I'm okay with that because it allows me to protect my plants. So what I'll be doing is I will be putting it on my other cool weather plants. I'll do the other hoops, and I'll show you later on what I'll be doing, and I'll cover those up to keep these bugs off of them, and that's what I'll be especially doing and everything. So this is what I've been doing. This is the idea. This is the second part that what I was talking about, and it's just based on what you think that you want to do as far as for your covering for your plants. Now, if you say, well, David, I don't really want to put a hoop, can I still use the netting? Absolutely. You can put whatever you want to be able to cover it. You can actually lay it over top of it. You can get PVC from Lowe's or Home Depot, and you can make your own hoop, or you can just have something that you can put little tomato stakes or something underneath it, or around it to cover it up. Basically, it's not going to hurt the plant if it just lays on top of it. It's very lightweight. The problem is of course the way that we've had the winds and everything, it'll blow away, and you'll have that issue too. But this is a good way, especially if you're going to plant broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and so forth. You definitely want to invest and get you some of this, I call it a sheer netting, but basically, they put a title on it when you order it, and it is for, protect your plants from pests and everything. So, but you can buy this at any fabric store. You want to be able to allow the sunlight to get through. That's the most important thing, to allow it to go through. And then the rain, the water will be able to go through it. I can water my plants and everything, and it'll get to it and all that. So that kind of gives you an idea of what this type, and then also the other one that I showed you for the hoop house. So as you've seen this video and everything and what I've been able to do, and to give you a little idea of some things that I was doing, I'm just taking a few thoughts and just allowing myself to, even when I go back and look at the videos and everything, and you know, understanding, and the things that I've learned and the things that I'm doing is based off that my research, and then watching and learning from other gardeners. And that's what's very important. You don't have to be a professional gardener to have a beautiful garden. It's just the love of it. It's the ideas to make you a better gardener and everything, and those things that you enjoy, to be able to understand what you're able to do. And I hope that, you know, this video finds you well and everything. And anytime, in any circumstances that may come our way, just always remember, you know, the little things that we're able to do, the little things that we're able to do in our garden, being outside with the flowers and different other things. And then most important, you know, with our family, is just, it's what life should be all about. It should be to be able to share and to be able to be out there. And this is what Dave's Raised Bed Garden is all about. I want to be able to share with you my ideas, my thoughts, my hopes of what I want to be as a gardener. And then you in turn can also be able to learn from it, but also be able to grow from it, even my mistakes and my things that I do that'll make you a better gardener. And I just want to thank you again for being part of Dave's Raised Bed Garden. And until next time, take care.